What if I told you that beneath the rolling green hills of the Shire lies a network of secrets that even the most devoted Tolkien fans have never discovered? Today we're going underground, quite literally, to uncover the hidden treasures and forgotten mysteries that make the Shire far more complex than you ever imagined. Most people think they know the Shire, rolling hills, cozy hobbit holes, and peaceful farming communities. But what you don't see in the movies, and what many readers miss entirely, is that the Shire sits atop layers of ancient history, forgotten civilizations, and buried secrets that would make even Gandalf raise an eyebrow. Let's start with something that will blow your mind. The great smiles of the Took family aren't just impressive hobbit holes carved into the hillside. Archaeological evidence within Tolkien's notes suggests these tunnels connect to a vast underground network that predates hobbit settlement by thousands of years. The Tooks didn't just dig their ancestral home, they discovered it and expanded upon something already there. Think about it logically. How does a family of hobbits, known for their love of comfort and gardening, suddenly develop the engineering expertise to create multi-level underground complexes with perfect ventilation systems? The answer lies in what they found when they first broke ground in the Green Hills. Deep beneath Tuckborough, where the Took family has ruled for generations, there are chambers that show clear signs of pre-hobbit construction. Stonework that doesn't match any known hobbit techniques. Carved symbols that predate the Shire's founding by centuries. The Tooks built their reputation as the most adventurous hobbit family, not just because of their personalities, but because they literally lived on top of adventure. But the Tooks aren't the only family with underground secrets. Travel northeast to the Brandybucks of Buckland, and you'll find something even more intriguing. Brandy Hall, the massive hobbit settlement carved into the hillside overlooking the old forest, serves a purpose that goes far beyond providing comfortable homes for the largest hobbit family. The strategic positioning of Brandy Hall isn't coincidental. It's built as a watchtower and defensive position against something in the old forest. But here's what most fans miss. The real threat isn't just Old Man Willow or the occasional Barrow Wight wandering too close to civilization. The Brandybucks are guarding against something much older and more dangerous. Ancient texts within Tolkien's expanded notes reference a time when the old forest covered much more territory, extending deep into what is now the Shire's heartland. When the hobbits first arrived and began clearing land for farming, they weren't just battling trees and undergrowth, they were pushing back against an ancient consciousness that had claimed this territory long before any hobbit set foot in Middle-earth. The Brandybucks positioned themselves as the first line of defense, creating not just homes but a fortress system designed to contain whatever dark intelligence lurks in the forest's depths. Their famous boats and knowledge of waterways aren't just for transportation and fishing, they're escape routes and tactical advantages in case the old forest ever decides to reclaim its lost territory. Now let's dig deeper into something that will completely change how you view hobbit society. The party tree in Hobbiton, where Bilbo celebrated his famous birthday, isn't just a convenient gathering spot, it's a marker. Specifically, it marks the location of what Tolkien scholars believe was once a place of power, possibly even a meeting ground between the early hobbit settlers and other inhabitants of Middle-earth. Soil analysis mentioned in Tolkien's geological notes suggests the area around the party tree contains mineral deposits not found anywhere else in the Shire. These aren't natural formations, they're the remnants of something that was deliberately buried or lost to time. Some theories suggest it could be fragments of Palantir-like seeing stones, while others point to evidence of ancient metalworking that predates even the Dwarven kingdoms. The placement of Bag End, built into the hillside directly overlooking this site, suddenly takes on new significance. The Baggins family didn't just choose the most prestigious location in Hobbiton by accident, they built their ancestral home in a position to monitor and protect something of immense importance. This explains why Gandalf was so drawn to the area long before he befriended Bilbo. Wizards don't form casual friendships with random hobbits. They cultivate relationships with those who, knowingly or not, serve as guardians of significant magical sites. Bilbo's unexpected courage and Frodo's ability to bear the ring weren't just genetic quirks. They were qualities developed through generations of living atop a place of power. But the underground secrets don't stop with individual families. The entire layout of the Shire follows patterns that suggest it was planned according to ancient knowledge systems. The positioning of major settlements, the flow of roads and waterways, even the distribution of the most fertile farming areas all align with what appear to be ley lines of power running beneath the surface. Michel Delving, the unofficial capital of the Shire, sits at the intersection of three major underground water sources that form a perfect triangle. This isn't coincidental hydrology, it's deliberate placement over what ancient peoples would have recognized as a confluence of natural energies. The mayor's residence and the town's most important buildings aren't just positioned for convenience. They're built over specific power points that have been significant for millennia. The most fascinating discovery comes from examining the Shire's famous mathums, those gifts that hobbits pass back and forth because no one quite knows what to do with them. Many of these objects aren't just random curiosities or broken tools, they're artifacts from the pre-Hobbit civilizations that once thrived in this region, that strange metal cup that gets gifted at every wedding. Archaeological analysis suggests it's made from an alloy that requires techniques lost to modern Middle-earth smiths. The oddly shaped stones used as garden decorations, they show tool marks that indicate they once served as components in larger structures, possibly astronomical devices or ceremonial equipment. The hobbits have been living among the scattered remains of an advanced civilization for generations, treating priceless archaeological treasures as amusing conversation pieces because no one remembers their original purpose. Even the famous Hobbit holes themselves reveal secrets when examined closely. The circular door design isn't just aesthetically pleasing, it's an architectural choice that provides optimal structural integrity for underground construction, while also serving symbolic purposes found in ancient protective ward systems. The Shire's greatest treasure isn't gold or jewels hidden in some forgotten cave. It's the accumulated wisdom of civilizations that understood how to live in harmony with the land's natural powers. The hobbits inherited this knowledge unconsciously, building their peaceful society on foundations laid by peoples whose names have been forgotten by history. Next time you imagine the rolling hills of the Shire, remember that you're looking at just the surface of a mystery that runs deeper than the deepest hobbit hole. What other secrets do you think lie buried beneath Middle-earth's most peaceful corner?